Hello students, hope all of you understood the previous topic. So today we are going to discuss about ecosystem. When we talk about ecosystem, the word ecosystem, it is divided into two words, that is eco and system. So the word eco is related to environment and the system, it means interacting groups. Ecosystem. So we can say that in our environment how many kind of living entities as well as non-living entities interacting with each other, that is called as ecosystem. Or we can say the interrelationship, the interaction between living things as well as non-living things, the interrelationship between biotic environment as well as abiotic environment is called as ecosystem. So there are different type of ecosystem in different environment like desert, mountains, dense forest, grassland, rivers, oceans and even in ponds. So example, this is a diagrammatic view of a pond and it is a bottom layer that is consist of humus, and these are the floating green plants as producers, and these are some algae, and these are insect, fish and bacteria. So the sunlight falls on the water helps the growth of algae, and these algae produce oxygen for animals like fish, frogs living in the lake, and provide food for microscopic animals. And again the fish eat the microscopic organisms, absorb oxygen present in the water and expel carbon dioxide, which help the growth of plants. So they are degraded by some bacteria, fungi and then form decomposer. So understood? Now we talk about the component of ecosystem. The component of ecosystem can be classified into two types, the living things and the non-living things. The living things are called biotic component and the non-living things are called abiotic component. Now again the biotic components are divided into three types, that is producers, consumers and decomposers. So first we talking about the producers. Producers, it means they produce foods. They are the main source of producing foods that are called as producers. The green plants and some photosynthetic bacteria, the example of producer because they make their own food from the sunlight and by the process of photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, they use carbon dioxide, they use water, they use minerals. So by this photosynthesis process, there is the production of carbohydrate, or we can say there is production of glucose. So they make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. They are called as producers. The main examples of producers are green plants as well as photosynthetic bacteria. Now the second is called as consumers. So consumers means they consume their food from producers. So consumers can be classified into three types. The first is called primary consumers. Now the primary consumers are also called as herbivorous animals, means they only depend on plants. They only depends on leaves, branches and plants. So these are called as the primary consumers as well as herbivorous animals. For example, rabbit, cow and insects are the examples of primary consumers. Now the second type of consumer is called the secondary consumers. The secondary consumers, the animals which eat the primary consumers for the fulfill their food related needs, that are called as secondary consumers. The example of secondary consumers, the animals which eat primary consumers, for example, we can say tiger, lion, all are the examples of secondary consumers. Secondary consumers are called as carnivorous animals. And the third type of consumer is called is top consumers that are also called as omnivorous animals, which eat the both plants as well as animals. For to fulfill their food habits, for example, human beings, cockroach, crow, all are the example of top consumers. Or we can say they eat both plants as well as animals, and these are called the omnivorous animals. Now we are talking about decomposers. The decomposers, talking about decomposers. When we continue about decomposers, decomposers are those microorganisms which decompose the dead organic matter. They feed on dead organic matters to fulfill their food habit. So all the microorganisms, they include inside the decomposers because they decompose dead organic matter. For example, bacteria, fungi, algae. So these are the example of decomposers. Understood? Okay. Now we are discussing about human interaction with environment, how human interact with environment and how environment with interact with the human. So first, human interaction with the nature at primitive age. How humans are how human interaction with environment in the earlier. Gathering plants, fishing and hunting, or scavenging wild animals. So the interaction of human with the nature in early age, they led a simple life and fulfilled their requirements from the nature around them. They killed other animals for food or even ate fruits and other plants products. So they used animal skins and tree bark to cover themselves from rain and cold. So now with the change of time and needs, humans learn to grow crops, they learn to domestication of animals. So agriculture provides most of the world's food, and fabrics, cotton, wool and leather are all agricultural products. So they use nowadays they use some technology. They learn how they use the fertilizers, pesticide to grow more crops. So now again, the domestication of animals. So domestication of animals. They used for milk, food and wool. They use also for carrying loads or pulling tools used in farming. And again the discovery of next point is discovery of fire. The discovery of fire, when initially started, no one knew the use for it. However, now it's used for cooking, it used for burning, and it used for fossil fuels. And similarly, the invention of fuel, electricity, minerals, industry. So the invention of fuel discovered, when it was discovered, no one knew that it could become a part of day-to-day life. Nowadays fuel are used for most of the transportation vehicles that we are used. Or the development of easy transportation, communication and other innovation converted the entire globe into single village. How? Because we are nowadays we would work any time of the day and communicate over long distances. With the passing of time and more inventions, humans developed complex systems to help store food, transport food and materials, trade, communicate across the world at a much faster pace. That is why the world is sometimes also called a global village. Understood? Okay.